Everybody, I mean everybody, needs a strategy for their life. Hey, I'm Sean, and I'm basically talking about leadership. I'm talking about your leadership, the leadership of your life. You need a strategy for your life, for which gives you leadership. What is a strategy? You say, well, a strategy is basically knowing where you are, knowing where you're going, and then figuring out a map on how you're going to get there. You've got to have a strategy on developing your life, moving forward. If you float and just wait for things to happen, that's exactly what's going to happen. Anything can happen. You're just going to float along and anything can happen. You've got to begin to set strategy for your life. If you believe that you are significant, that you really want to accomplish things in life, if you simply want to accomplish your New Year's resolutions, then you need a strategy. Are you moving forward? Are you developing? Well, I'm not talking about strategy today, but you need one. And part of needing a strategy is you develop a vision, a destination, somewhere where you're going. And in other videos, I've spoken about how to get to the vision, but you need a vision on where you're going, what it looks like when you get there. So when you've actually established your location, where you are, you've done an evaluation, you understand what areas you need to develop, what you need to work on in your life, you can begin to move towards something called the vision. But how do you know you are on track? How do you know you're moving towards your vision? Well, when you're talking strategy, there's a number of elements involved in strategy, and various people have various definitions for those various elements. And so they will insert different elements at different times to move you forward and in your self-development process. For me, I like to keep things simple. So one of the things that I sat down with and I said, okay, how do I know that I'm moving towards, how can I help people move towards their end goal, their end destination? So when I looked at a vision, when I looked at my vision, I could see there were elements in the vision that I could break it down into, nearly like pillars, nearly like whole pockets that would incorporate all the details of my vision. Now, you can set vision for different areas of your life, but when you're talking about your life and you're saying, just is my life strategy, this is my goal, this is where I'm headed. Maybe it's in your career, maybe it's in your ministry, maybe it's in your business, maybe it's just for development of your life, maybe it's in your studies. Whatever it is that if you set that vision for where you're going, now you begin to look at that vision, and then you need to break it down into pillars and saying, all right, if I look at the vision, what are the main themes that fit into that vision? Those, I believe, I call them objectives, the things that you're headed for, because they will tell you when you arrive at your vision, when you see those pillars, those objectives accomplished. It's an intention, it's something that you aim for, something that you focused on, something that you can measure. So that's what objectives are. Then from the objectives, I suggest and submit to you that you break down each objective into 1, 2, maybe 3 goals. Goals will be your signposts that take you towards that objective. When you're meeting your goals, your objectives could also be, let me say this quickly, like nearly your performance goals. When you reach them, you know you're arriving. So you can have objectives for the year, objectives for 10 years, 5 years, or a lifetime. But so as you achieving certain goals, you know you're staying on your strategic track towards accomplishing the vision. If you stay with them, you will achieve a certain objective. And when you achieve your objective, you know that you're arriving and fulfilling the vision. You're living what you're dreaming about. You see, the thing about it is it's not good just to have an idea, to wish, to dream about something. You've got to put it into action. There's many people that dream about a lot of things, but they never action anything. They never take steps that move them towards that direction. Your goals actually tell you, listen, I am traveling from here to London. If I don't set those goals. I could think I'm going to London, but go to Edinburgh. And if I end up in Edinburgh, I think I'm in London, but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't look right. I'm not where I want to be. Well, you didn't measure yourself along the path to getting to where you want to be. It takes a little bit of time, but it's worth the commitment, it's worth the effort, it's worth the discipline. Is when you basically paint the picture of your destination, evaluate where you are. When you look at your destination, your vision, break it down into 2, 3, 4, 5 objectives, pillars, main focus points that I'm headed towards, and then giving each one a few milestones or goal measuring steps or goals. So each one you're measuring towards that objective, and when you reach your objective, then you know you are beginning to fulfill that vision. So that's the difference between objectives and goals. Very important. Begin to set those in your life. You know, they don't have to be written in stone. They can just be penciled on a nice sheet of paper, and have a look at them regularly. Think about them, dream about them, plan them out a little bit, break them down into, say, well, if I do these 3 things, these 3 goals, I know I'm accomplishing that objective. And when you do, you begin to move forward progressively. Little steps, incremental steps. It's better to grow a little than not grow at all. It's better to move a little bit than stay stagnant all your life. Get out of being stuck. Set some objectives, set some goals, and keep moving forward. All right.